going to turn the platform over to Darren Smith, who's our Vice President, who is going to lead us in a little bit of a discussion of the Reason Rally, which happened last weekend. He'll tell you all about that, and we'll have a little bit of a Jeopardy game.
What was the big event in our world that happened last weekend? The Reason Rally, right? Okay, let's give you the next slide. If you're not familiar with the Reason Rally, this is what it was. It was a celebration of fact-driven public policy, the value of critical thinking, and the voting power of secular Americans. The goal of the Reason Rally was to showcase the presence and power of the non-religious voting bloc and to demand that reason be put at the forefront of our public and political discourse. So what it was, was it was a big event in Washington, D.C. at the Lincoln Memorial with a bunch of speakers. There were politicians, there were entertainers, there were activists, whatnot, all talking about those things I just mentioned. In the days prior, they held a big lobbying effort where people were trained on how to talk about secular issues, and then they went out and they talked to their representatives in Congress. And there were mini conferences and parties, and it was a whole several-day event. Who went to the event, if you were there? Okay, so a few of us. So all these questions are going to have something to do with the rally. We're going to play a game. And you don't have to have been to the rally to be able to answer the questions. But, Jason, with no further ado, we're going to play a Jeopardy game. What we're going to do is we're going to divide the room in half. Right here. So, from you, this way, all the people that have no idea what the Reason Rally is are on Roger's team. We're stacking the deck. Okay, no, Roger, you can stay back there. It's all right. Or it's up to you.
My team.
Roger, you also can have Bob and Adam in the back there. Okay, so we're gonna put some ringers. We'll put some ringers on that team.
Right.
And this team over here will be who? Do we have a captain yet? Is it?
I guess
It's Pat. It's Pat. Okay. So Pat is the captain of this team, and we're just gonna keep it simple. We'll do one question for one team, another question for another team. Your captains will keep the scores, and if nothing else, maybe we'll learn a little bit about the Reason Rally, what it was, who was there, why we were there, what was going on, and hopefully have a little bit of fun at the same time. So, Jason, give me the next slide.
One daily double coming up in...
All right, so our categories are The Other Side, Pod People, Sing It, Soapbox, and Mad Science. Okay? And we're going to start with this side. So Pat, go ahead and give me. And now remember, I know you watched Jeopardy, because you were very mad. You were very mad several months ago when Didn't Jeopardy get canceled?
Yes,
Well, it was the Pope. The Pope was in town, and they canceled Jeopardy. You were very angry. There was a whole Facebook rant about how dare he come and interrupt Jeopardy. So this is for you, and you alone. So go ahead and give me a category and give me a dollar amount.
Okay, pod people for 300.
No, you start with one.
No,
Have to.
it's getting violent already.
Jump around on it.
Now wait, remember you have to answer in the form of a question, right?
The whole team works on this.
Yes, your whole team, you can help her, okay? It's ask the audience every question, okay? All right, so previously an LVH guest and creator of the A Better Life book and film who recorded a live episode of Talk Nerdy with host and rally speaker Cara Santa Maria. So he was a previous LVH guest. He wrote a book and a film. In fact, this is one of all these pictures are from Roger.
It's on
Roger took all the pictures. Your audience can help.
I don't remember.
He was a speaker at our event. The book was A Better Life. What was the subtitle?
Laura has the book on her coffee table.
Laura has the book, but doesn't know.
But no one can remember his name.
All right.
Who is that person?
Who is that person? No, that is. No cheating. No cheating.
Roger, sorry, Roger.
That'll be good.
All right. Does anybody else know? Who knows?
Chris Johnson.
It was Chris Johnson.
Oh,
Okay. So no, you don't have to subtract points. Just no points for that. Okay. All right, Jason, bring us back. Yeah, now mark off 300 on your thing so you don't pick that one again. Pot equals 300. No, we're not going to subtract. We're all about the positive. It's positivity here. We're not dealing with the negative. All right, Roger, pick a category and a dollar amount.
You just had that one. You knew the answer to that one.
Yeah, but you did.
All right, I'm going to try to go for mad scientist. Listen, people, I think we're good. 400.
All right, let me explain this category first. This is mad science for 400. This category, well, just now the Reason Rally was very much about science, and there were people with signs like, where is it? This one here that says, let's have a moment of science. Okay, so there were all kinds of things like that going around. So we created our own moment of science here. What I have done is through the miracle of mad science, we have taken Jason and we have cloned him with the DNA of people that were somehow connected to the Reason Rally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a picture of the abominations that we created that are half Jason, half someone from the Reason Rally. And you have to mentally extract Jason's DNA and tell me who I'm talking about. So what was it, 400?
Yeah.
Okay, so first,
I'm worried now.
known for his investigation of Peter Popoff, he's a magician, skeptic, and woo-woo debunker who might use this abomination to win his $1 million paranormal challenge. There it is. Now, this is Roger's question, right? So Roger, you can ask your audience.
Who is, should we can do it?
No, it's not thinking.
I got the people who were there.
Oh, come on. We only have like 2 hours, you know.
Who is James Randi?
Yes, that is correct. Who is it? It's the Amazing Rand. So the Amazing Rand was one of the speakers. All right, so give yourself 400. Pat, go ahead and pick the category.
Soapbox 100.
Okay, these are just about people who spoke at the Reason Rally. The science guy who mentioned, somebody please remove your arm. I cannot see.
Is it our team? Who is Bill Nye?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yes, Bill Nye, the science guy. Again, these are all pictures taken by Roger. I believe this was a reaction to, he thought Roger was attacking him. He was going to run away, I don't know. So Roger, can you tell us a little bit, just real quick, about, so Roger was there as a volunteer. Can you just tell us a little bit about that experience? Mike?
Yeah. I was an empty chair. Well, I just went down just to be there, and I was walking around all the tents in the back where they had all the stuff on display, like the stuff you could pick up anything. And I didn't do as good as Darren's daughter, though. She picked up stuff that I didn't want to pick up. Anyway, I got to the volunteer tent, and they were scrambling because they needed volunteers. Well, I said, I'll volunteer. What do you need me to do? They said, you need you to guard the VIP seats. All right. So while I was there, every time a speaker went up, I vacated my assigned duty and went up and took pictures of every speaker. And then later on in the day, everything was under control, so I went backstage. And that was backstage when he was announced to go on. That's his attitude when he gets announced. He's up. So it was a great experience. Everything was well run. I thought it was an excellent program, and glad to have been added one body to the park.
Everything was well run, apparently, except for the security at the VIP section, where they just grab random people and are like, would you like to guard the VIPs? I don't know, a crazy person that just happens to be standing here. But that's horribly shocking that that was their procedure. They just, we know and love Roger, but they don't. So, okay, I think we got that. So give yourself some points, and let's go back to the main screen. Roger, go ahead and give us a, what was that? That one was soapbox for what? 100. So cross soapbox for 100 off, Roger.
Are you people into singing? You know anything about singing? You want to do that kind of thing? Okay, 300?
Sing it for 300.
Okay.
Okay. All right, he is the magician who performed at the Reason Rally with the maligned atheist contestant from Ecuador's Got Talent.
Somebody want to speak up for us?
No idea, no idea.
It's this guy over here. He's a magician. Penn Jillette, yes, from Penn and Teller.
That's him? That's not
He lost a lot of weight. And I don't know if you're familiar with this story or not, but there was a, I don't watch Ecuador's Got Talent, but apparently there was a contestant, she was 16 years old, I guess like a year ago, and she got up there and she sang her song, and the judges didn't really focus on her, whether she could sing or not. They just grilled her about why don't you believe in God, why don't you believe in God, and so she handled it well, she handled it with class and just answered the questions, but so Penn brought her to sing with him. He was not a very good singer, but she had a nice voice and it was a good time.
Later on, he had looked good.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, cool.
I missed most of it myself, but okay. So give yourselves the points and we'll come back over here.
The other side, 100.
Okay, the other side, this category here is about, these are all questions about some people who they were not fans of the rally. Let's put it that way. Okay, this was the son of Billy Graham, who tweeted about rally goers, this liberal, godless kind of what they call reason should concern every freedom-loving American. They will face an eternity in hell.
Franklin Graham.
Who is?
Franklin?
Yes, you did say you watched Jeopardy. Yeah, so is Franklin Graham. Where's Franklin Graham? Yes, he had those words to say. Okay, Roger? You just pick. They're all good.
You're all good, okay, well, let's move over to the soapbox and be conservative, we'll be over ahead, so 200.
Soapbox for 200. It is the single-letter Star Trek character played by the actor who opened his rally speech with, "My name is John Delancey and I am a god."
You know what Star Trek?
really.
Bob, you can help Roger.
You know, I know who it is, I hope like somebody else does.
Go ahead.
Watch Star Trek, the original series. Who is Q?
Who is Q?
Right.
In Star Trek, Q is like a godlike character, and that's why he opened it. I don't think he really thought he was a god, but he was just playing along with this
I
character.
ain't from anywhere.
All right, Pat?
Okay, we're gonna, the other side, 200.
Other side, 200. The banana enthusiast and author of Fat Chance, Why Pigs Will Fly Before America Has an Atheist President, who had to scale back his protests due to a lack of permit. He's a banana enthusiast. Way of the master. Kurt Cameron, friend. Does anyone know? No one knows?
Great comfort.
Ray Comfort,
Who is Ray Comfort is correct. Now, Ray Comfort originally had a protest scheduled for the Reason Rally. He was going to have 1,000 people, and they were going to give out $5 Subway gift cards, which, hey, you know, we'll take it. And but he was also going to give out a copy of his books about the pigs and presidents and whatnot.
Did you know the relationship with bananas?
Yeah, he's very famous for putting out a video where he was claiming that the banana was like the perfect example of God's existence because he created the banana like to fit perfectly in your hand, and he was mocked for that banana presentation. So the original claim, there were people who were actually, when he was originally going to have this huge protest, there was some people online that were like, hey, does anyone have a banana suit? We're going to all dress up in banana suits and go to his protest. But alas, the police found out about it, and because he was going to have such a large group and no permit, they said, no, you can't be there. He was there. Did anybody get to meet him? Adam, how'd that go?
He's a nice guy,
Nice
in
guy?
person.
That's what I hear. I saw you had a picture with him.
I did. I got my picture with him.
Did you get the book?
I did. He signed it for me too.
Did you read it?
Fat chance.
Did you get a gift card?
I did not. They were surprisingly lacking.
Surprisingly not getting the gift cards.
A banana?
Okay.
No, no bananas.
So I guess he doesn't believe that pigs will evolve to get to be able to fly?
I don't know. It's not. So, Ray Comfort. All right, Roger.
Okay.
Well, folks, want to move down to a 200 in the mad science.
Mad Science 200. He backed out of the rally a week prior, but the curse of the Black Pearl has him on stranger ties, mixing with Jason's DNA.
Oh, Johnny Depp. Who is Johnny Depp?
Say that.
That's right. Who is Johnny Depp? Yes, it's Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp was. Yeah.
No offense, that's creepy.
Johnny Depp was
It's mixed with him. It's mixed with his face.
Yeah, Jason was the guy that was up here before. Maybe I should have done that. We should reintroduce Jason's face. We could study the contours. Yeah, Johnny Depp was supposed to be there. He had a really bad week the week before the Reason rally, and so yeah, he canceled.
Good thing.
But all right, we're back to Pat.
Okay, let's do the other side for 300.
The other side of the 300. The president. You get all the hard ones. The president of the Catholic League, who stated about rally goers, they stand for nothing, believe in nothing, and many are good for nothing.
Who is Bill Donahue?
Bill Donahue, that is correct, yes. Bill Donahue always has a kind word for our crowd. All right, so give yourself those points. Roger, back to you.
It's 200. How much is available on the other side?
What? You're supposed to be tracking this, Roger. That's why I gave you a pen.
Only 400 is left, right?
400.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it.
All right, 400.
All right, you guys are good
The
here.
president of the Creation Museum and Art Encounter, who commented, "These atheists at the rally are no different than those that the prophet Jeremiah spoke of, saying to a tree, 'You are my father,' and a stone, 'You gave birth to me.'" President of the Creation Museum and Art Encounter. He debated Bill Nye famously a year or so ago. I think you're on the right track. There you go.
You can't say who's Kenny Ham of the group.
Kenny Ham of the group.
Got the
Yes,
hard-
Kenny Ham. Kenny Ham. You are correct. All right.
Good.
Back to Pat.
Okay, let's do Sing It for 400.
Sing it for 400. All right, she is the singer who posted this, and I'll read it. This is after the Reason Rally. She said, "I can't even. The Reason Rally was so wonderful and was so much fun. It was a joy and an honor to be part of this call for secularism and normalization of non-belief from the Lincoln Memorial in D.C. From my awesome band to hugging literally 1,000 friends to being inspired by incredible speakers and entertainers, then busting it out again at the after party. A huge shout out to the organizers and everyone who came." Who is that?
She's from Australia.
She is from Australia.
I've heard her
She
sing.
sang at the
Shelley?
2012 Reason Rally. She sang at the
Siegel.
Shelley Siegel, that is correct. All right, back. Yeah, if you don't, yeah, she's great, but. All right, Roger.
Man Science 100 is available.
Yes, Mad Science 100. His selfish genes combined with Jason's evolved into this creature with an appetite for wonder.
Richard Dawkins.
Yes, they're right. Believe them.
Who is that? Who is that?
Yes, who is Richard Dawkins?
Who is Richard Dawkins?
Oh, who is Richard Dawkins? He's an evolutionary biologist who is also a famous atheist. So he was the keynote speaker of the 2012 Reason Rally, and then he actually had a minor stroke a few months ago. So he was only at this rally by video. He couldn't attend it in person. And he was a little bit controversial in the 2012 one. He had some real firebrand comments that some people thought went a little bit too far, but as he tends to do. So, okay, whose turn is it? Pat?
Yes. How about Mad Science? We still have 300 available?
Well, let's try it.
Mad Science.
Okay, you literally pick all the hard ones. So, Jason will have to do this. As a skeptic of alternative medicine and pseudoscience, she probably doesn't believe that we combined her DNA with Jason's.
Hey, Pat. Francine knows. Yeah. Food Babe's arch nemesis.
Yeah.
Oh, who is Side
Yeah, it's who is Cy Babe? I don't even know what her, it's like Yvette?
Yvette D'Entremont.
Yeah, she's Food Babe's arch nemesis, is that the, okay. That was Mad Science 300. Okay. All right, Roger, back to you.
Okay, well, is Soapbox 300 available?
Yes. My record.
She is known for her character Pat on Saturday Night Live and her Letting Go of God monologue.
Julius?
Yes, that is correct. Who is Julius Sweeney? Between all of you, you got it. All right?
Okay, what was that? That was Soapbox 3?
Yeah.
Let's do Soapbox 4.
Soapbox 400. The organization led by Annie Laurie Gaylor and Dan Barker.
Oh, what is freedom from religion?
Yes, the Freedom from Religion Foundation.
Very good.
They are also the organization that, for those of you who may be aware, there was a complaint raised about the Lehigh County official seal that has a giant cross in it, and the Freedom from Religion Foundation is moving forward with action against that. I don't know if that's going to be a lawsuit or whatever. They had initially sent them a letter saying, hey, you know, this is why we oppose the cross in your seal, and then the Lehigh County commissioners sent a response back that they didn't really care. So now they're taking it to another level. So, whose turn is it?
Okay, well,
Right.
we'll fight back. We're gonna go to Sing It for 400.
Sing it for 400. We already had it.
That was us.
Oh,
What's your Sophie Sigler?
well, let's try Sing It for
We'll do that one too.
200
That
available.
one. Okay, the former host of Hollywood Squares and recently open secular singer. He's the host of Hollywood Squares. Now he has long gray
That
hair.
one? He's got a bad mouth. Who is John Davidson with a foul mouth?
Did he have a foul mouth?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I left at noon. I had my kids with me. We went swimming.
What number was that? What dollar sign was that?
200.
200.
All right, what else we got?
Okay. How about, is it my turn? Yes.
I
How
know
about,
we still have some pod people.
yeah, pod people, 400.
All right, so you can wager as many points as you want that you have.
Let's,
True, really.
no, are you kidding? Let's do an extra 4, so it's 800.
So for 800.
800
Okay.
points.
I want to do minus 800 if you get it wrong, though, okay? So,
There you go. Yeah, all or nothing.
all right, this is going to be a
Yeah.
video. Don't click it yet, Jason. So what you've got to tell me is the name of the podcast and blog featuring the person in this clip.
Yeah, change the topic. Politics. We have politicians talking to
Yeah,
today.
how
Isn't that
exciting
great?
is that? That's great. And they're not atheist politicians, but they support church-state separation, they support reason, and they can speak in support of science. So yeah, that's great. I'm sad that we don't have more. If this was a pro-life rally, if this was a conservative Glenn Beck rally, you would see a ton of politicians lining up to speak. We don't have that. We have a couple, and I'm grateful for that. But it should be more.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. I'm not going to bother you anymore.
Hi, everyone.
Take care.
For 800 points.
For 800.
Who is Hemat Meka?
Hammett, or the friend. We also would have accepted the friendly atheist.
Oh, okay.
Okay, either way. So yes, you get
Okay.
800 points. Let's go back.
Darren, should we move on to final?
Hand picture from George Carlin's daughter. Kelly is her name?
Okay.
Carlin, she had us put our hands together during, as a sign of unity and stuff like that.
All right. I'm not sure what's left, but why don't we just do pod people for 100? This is for Roger. All right. This is another. I'm going to show you a video clip, and it's the podcaster and videographer who made and narrates this clip.
Other day, Religious protesters are fun to talk about, but the day certainly wasn't defined by the preachers, the prophets of doom, the cynics, and the naysayers. The Reason Rally 2016 was defined by the secular men, women, and young people who traveled from across the United States and from other countries to be a part of this day. There was a connection here, a real sense of family, and a desire to send a message from the heart of our nation's capital. The message that this country doesn't belong to any religion, that the church-state wall should be built up and reinforced, that the attitudes and decisions we foster in the 21st century should not be rooted in often harmful mythology, that we are at our best when we're in pursuit of the evidence, when we embrace science and reason, and when we put aside the pettiness and division so often born of bad ideas. Some out there will focus only on what the Reason Rally wasn't. This video is just a small snapshot of what it was. A day filled with enthusiasm, smiles, laughter, good cheer, and goodness. No gods required.
All right, so whose question was that?
That was for us.
That was for you. And so who was the guy who made that video?
Percentage of this program, that was a long piece. Don't we get double points for that?
No. Actually, it was a 15-minute piece. I gave you like the last minute and a half or
Oh my
so.
God, there's 100 points for Seth. And who is Seth?
Yes, Seth Andrews, the Thinking Atheist. That was his podcast. So, okay, and that gives you a little snapshot of kind of, you got to see some pictures of the Reason Rally, for those who are not familiar with it. All right, we're beep, beep, beep. That's all the time we have for the round. We're gonna do Final Jeopardy in a minute, but before we get to that, just real quick, for those of you that went, do you have any thoughts or comments? Something that, you know, was it worth it? Was the event worth it? Were you disappointed by the event? Did it meet your expectations? What were your general thoughts? Comments?
Well, it did meet my expectations. I was there on Friday for lobbying Congress. And it's just a shame that when we go up there, because it's the second time I've done it, nobody's there but the staff. But the staff at Matt Cartwright's office was very nice to me.
Anyone else? Impressions, thoughts about the rally experience itself?
2 thumbs
Jason
up.
gives it a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Anyone else?
We're hoping for October in 3 years.
In October? Oh, because the weather, it was hot. Well, they did one in 2012, it rained. It was pouring rain the whole time. This one was really hot. This one was also, the one, they expected 30,000 people. It was a lot fewer. So that's kind of the conversation that's going on now, is why were there so few people there? And I'm sure they'll continue to debate that and try to figure, they're saying it costs like $1 million to put that event on. And for the few thousand people that were there, the cost per person, I'm not sure that that's really the best, you know, bang for your buck, so to speak. So I'm sure they'll be talking about that. And yes, Pat?
I didn't go, and the reason I didn't go, but would have liked to have gone, was because of the timing. I can't handle hot weather. I've gotten too old. So I'm sure there's a lot of people over, say, 50 that might be attending if they didn't have to deal with Washington, D.C. summer weather. That's just a thought.
Yeah, no, I was pulling my kids around in a wagon. I left. We went to the pool. We went to a Selena Gomez concert. We just did other things. It was pretty hot out there. But all right, we're going to move on to Final Jeopardy and then move on to the other segments that we have. So you got your scores tallied up? Where are you at, Pat? Have you been adding it as we go? Roger, you have not been keeping a running total?
It's so big. We're having
2,600.
2,600.
We're having it audited.
Okay, great. While you're doing that, Jason, give me the, okay, the final Jeopardy category is secular identity. So think about that. Write down a dollar amount that you're wagering. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, let's just move along.
And here we go. The final Jeopardy answer is, it is a progressive philosophy of life that, without theism or other supernatural beliefs, affirms our ability and responsibility to lead ethical lives of personal fulfillment that aspire to the greater good of humanity. Space bar, Jason? No, space bar. Do you have your answer? Oh, we'll go to Pat.
Yeah, I know we had an answer, I know it was our turn. Is it our turn?
No, this is Final Jeopardy.
Final Jeopardy. I don't know how to do that.
Okay, great. Pat, what do you got?
What is secular humanism?
Yeah, we'll take that. What is humanism? You all should have got that over here. Okay. Now, that was an easy one. I put that there because we knew we were going to have a group that may not be familiar with the American Humanists. Put that back up, please. With the American, yeah, this way you kind of know when you hear you're going to a humanist event, you're like, what is a humanist? And there's a lot of different definitions and different groups have different ways of looking at it, but we're a chapter of the American Humanist Association, and this is their long, wordy textbook definition of what they say humanism is.
Can you leave it up for just 2 seconds while some people write it down?
Sure. I got on some cards I can give you.
We'll take pictures.
But yeah, I can give you. I'll leave some cards out in the back, and it has that. So that's kind of when we say we're humanists. That's what we're talking about. It's still kind of confusing, but that's what it is. So, Roger, did you guys submit? You can see.
They wanted to bid a bit. Our total count was 2,200.
Okay.
They won.
And
All right. It's all good.
2,600.
It does. We're all winners, except for the losers. But okay, so that's it. That was your Reason Rally recap. A little bit of fun. And I'm going to turn things back over to Jason.